everybody. Thanks so much for joining. I am so thrilled that you're here, and I'm so excited to have my amazing guest, Heather, with me on the show today. First, a little bit about mental backroads and highways. In this live show, I interview incredible leaders who are trailblazing and pioneering for a better tomorrow in our homes, community, and globally. This live stream is part of the Two Mamas to Love platform and focuses on different topics that I discuss in my upcoming book, Two Mamas to Love, Pioneering a New Kind of Motherhood. And I am thrilled to have Heather McWilliam with me on the show today. Heather is incredible, you guys. She was an active police officer turned mental health and human rights advocate and is the founder of Brave Inspires Brave, a movement that is inspiring and building brave leaders of today and tomorrow, with a special focus on military, law enforcement, and their families. She is dedicated to fostering meaningful conversations about trauma, resilience, and healing. After experiencing severe depression, anxiety, and complex PTSD from her time in law enforcement, she overcame internal police discrimination and violence. Heather left her career to focus on personal recovery and advocated for systemic change in the workplace and won a landmark human rights case. Her journey, marked by courage and a commitment to helping others, has made her a passionate voice for mental health, workplace reform, and personal empowerment. Today, Heather inspires others to embrace their bravery and create lasting peace in their lives. So thank you so much for being with us today, Heather. It's an absolute pleasure.
I'm so excited to be here with you, Valerie. It's truly an honor. And thank you so much to your audience for listening. I really look forward to this conversation.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Heather, and your mission.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. So my mission, I guess, began when I took a step away from my workplace. And so I was a police officer, for those who don't know, in Canada for approximately 10 years. I served federally and then in the largest municipal police force here in Canada. And really honored to serve as a police officer. And it was truly, just such a good time. I don't want to say, it's a hard and difficult time, but at the same time, being able to give back to the community and serve those when they're in need truly is what my calling is and what it was then. Unfortunately, I faced, and many others have faced, leadership within the policing culture in the workplace that was causing harm and abuse, whether it be sexual harassment or other types of bullying and intimidation. And so that had taken a toll on me. I stepped away and sought some, therapy. And, unfortunately, that's when further retaliation began against me from my employer. And so from that, it evolved into me standing up and going to human rights court and taking my employer to human rights court to stand up against the discrimination against not just myself, not just female officers, but all officers who are being treated in this way in the workplace, and also gender rights as well as disability rights. And so that took its toll as well on me. However, really wanted to do what was right for all those in police culture and for the community so that we could all evolve as leaders for ourselves and for one another. And, through all that, there came another calling and another passion. And that came to me after I won the landmark human rights case in 2020. It came to me in 2021, was Brave Inspires Brave. In my journey, as I was off work and attending human rights court, I met so many people across Canada on my journey that thought I was incredibly brave to standing up to the police force and doing this, me against approximately 30, mostly high-ranking police officers, where I was found credible. And, what united us was our bravery, what they were doing every single day. And a lot of those people that I was meeting were single moms or moms that were taking care of children that had extra needs or care. And, their lives really inspired me. And so how they were able to, manage the challenges that they were facing. And so that is kind of where Brave Inspires Brave came from. It was the courage of police women, policemen, and lawyers and doctors, all those who were standing up to creating a healthier workplace. and a better community and a better world. So that's kind of just an overview of how I, came to be where I am today, and going from police officer to mental health advocate, and having my own struggles along that way, and being really mindful of now understanding that full spectrum of what we experience and how that impacts us and those around us.
Mm, that's amazing. And thank you so much for sharing that. And you truly are such an inspiration and so brave, Heather. And I love how how you say brave inspires brave, because it truly does. I think that's such a beautiful title. And so it really is that ripple effect that, like, if one person sees something, then it helps someone else and it helps inspire someone else. So thank you so much. I think that's amazing.
Thank you so much. Yes. And it doesn't matter, I could see your brave may be different from mine, but it still will inspire me to do something on my end that you may consider as brave. And as we now know, and I've experienced, it is quite the movement and mantra, if you will, and it does continue to inspire people. Every single day, I am receiving a lot of feedback. People who are still, facing their fears and doing brave things and taking brave steps, and they're really encouraged by this movement. And when you get that feedback, it gives you that understanding that it is making a difference in people's lives, and that's what matters so much.
That's amazing. Tell us more about this movement. I think it's just so incredible.
Yeah, so Brave as Far as Brave, it started with, I guess, me taking the next step and becoming brave. And so when I was told, unfortunately, by my employer, when I was stepping away to take time off work, I was told by a nurse that, I didn't have any other education. So what else was I going to do with my life? And then and if I didn't follow, unfortunately, the police leadership and listen to them and come back to work, go against my doctor's orders, I was told that my life would be worse. They would make my life worse. And so along the way, there was a lot of intimidation. And, unfortunately, the systems and the places to which people are looking for help and support, not just myself, but others, they're not getting the support they need. And unfortunately, I didn't get the support that I would have needed in that time. And so I really want to be able to give back. And because in my journey, a lot of people see support differently, and a lot of people need support in different ways. And so my journey, I was seeking support outside of what I was being allowed through my own medical benefits. And I thought I wanted to have a holistic journey. And that journey was through different healing practices, modalities, different practitioners, Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, meditation, yoga, Reiki. I became a Reiki practitioner, and all those things and all those coaches and mentors and leaders that were inspiring me and helping me heal and grow past this trauma. It said a lot to me, because I could see other military members that I had met at different retreats, and also law enforcement officers that I either worked with or that I was meeting through my journey. And also just seeing the news, it was really difficult for me to be able to see others struggling, because I thought when I came out and spoke out the truth about what was happening and how police officers were being affected, I thought that there was going to be more support. And unfortunately, they weren't getting the support. And I really wanted to give back to those and really serve again and help support them and give them, fill in those gaps and those bridges, so that they could have a greater quality of life, so that when they want to step away from a career, or anyone wants to step away from a career and transition, that there is a space for them to do so. When they need to rebuild trust, when they need to go to someone and find a leader that they can be brave enough to have a conversation with about a situation that they need advice on, whether it's wellness, leadership, or having a career transition. We all need those spaces, and to be able to create that and give that back to, yes, those who served, and being able to understand what it's like as a police officer, and also as someone who has experienced trauma from police. I just see a lot that I'm able to offer to those people that may need that support. And, moving forward is so important. Post-traumatic growth is real. And on my journey, not too many people said that. It wasn't a conversation that many people talked about. And I heard it once. Someone said there's something called post-traumatic growth when I had post-traumatic stress and anxiety and depression. And I had no idea what that was. I had only unfortunately heard about officers or people had taken their lives. And I wanted to fight and survive, but I also wanted to thrive, because giving hope to people and having purpose and passion in life is what we all need and deserve.
That's so well said, Heather. I absolutely just love the way you say post-traumatic growth. I mean, that's so key. I do. I agree with this. I feel like we're beginning to have this conversation a bit more with post-traumatic disorder or stress or whatever that is. We're beginning to start to say that, but also at the same time, what do we do about that? Where do we go from here? How do we grow? And we're not broken. We're not just because we experience something. And I see that so much in you, Heather, that you're shining and you're allowing other people. You truly are inspiring that bravery, that instilling that, as you were saying, I think that word is really sticking with me, how you're saying that trust, being able to trust someone, feel safe with someone, and know that, that, and having experience from both sides, I think is just such a unique and incredible way to help others. And thank you so much for your service and all that you're doing to inspire other people. I mean, I love to go on tangents. I try not to go on my tangents on live streams, but I have one, if you're okay with me saying
Yes.
it. So I love starfish. I think that they're so cool. And I noticed that, when we were last on the beach, it was missing a limb. And my kids were like, oh, it's broken. But then I looked it up, and it actually was regrowing a limb. And I thought that was just so cool. And it's makes me think of you being the starfish, and we're all the starfish in our own way, right? We're not growing, we're growing. And sorry, that's what I thought of, but
I love you. I love when you share your stories. I actually have a story to share with you that coincides with that. And it's so interesting that you said that. I'm not sure, but I will share this morning. Okay. I'm going on a tangent. I got up this morning early. I have a puppy. She gets up at all hours of the night. So I take the puppy out, and she's in the kitchen, and I'm wondering what she's sniffing. She's a little puppy, what is she getting into? And I found a ladybug. And so I took the ladybug and put the ladybug on the counter at 4 a.m. and wanted to see if it was still alive. I wanted to see if it was going to move. And eventually it started moving. And unfortunately, I think one of the legs looked like it was broken. And so as I watched the ladybug continue to walk, that's exactly what I was thinking about, Valerie, was that broken piece of us, but we still have so much strength to give in the world. No matter how small that little ladybug was, or the starfish, because every time I heard I was broken, or I was a victim, or I was disabled, unfortunately, language, as I was talking to Patrick yesterday on our podcast, Patrick Yanga, we were talking about language and how it matters. And when someone is victimized, they're called a victim. And you're constantly being called, she has PTSD. She is, these words. And I had to shut down from all of that and not go into those groups. Unfortunately, there is good that comes with them, but you also have to take time to step away and protect your peace, protect your environment, reprogram your mind, and tell yourself that, the positives that are coming, the lessons that are coming, how you are growing, how you are evolving, how you're going to create peace inside your life, and how you're learning from the experiences, and how you can go back and help someone else. And so the more we can tell ourselves those positive things, the more we can uplift ourselves and nourish our bodies, nourish our mind, nourish our soul, and doing all these things, that's where post-traumatic growth will grow. That's where we'll thrive. And that's where we'll connect with our purpose and our passion. And when we awaken and continue to take steps in our brave, listening to our intuition, that is one of the bravest things that we can do, is be silent with ourselves and listen to ourselves, because our mind and our body are always telling us things. But we have to be brave enough to shut down the noise and really listen. And, from there, there's a community like Brave Inspires Brave waiting and wanting to champion you and your next step and your next goal and your next brave move. And on the bad days, like I had a bad week this week. It wasn't wonderful. And I said, no, I'm still going to be brave. I'm still going to show up, and I'm going to come back stronger, because that's how we learn. That's how we evolve. That's how we create more peace in our lives, because the muscle memory in our cells will remember that we can overcome those challenges.
Absolutely. It's so key. It's so key. And this growth, this post-traumatic growth, is like, it starts on that cellular level, and you just rising, and like, it's the springtime right now. And I think about seeds, planting seeds, and how like we just tend to them and they grow. And it's this beautiful journey that I think, this growth mindset is just something that really was a game changer for me in changing my own mental scripts, because I think for the longest time I felt like I was damaged or broken or whatever, my mental script was saying. But once I started to challenge that and be, as you say, brave enough to step into those challenges, that's when you see that true growth. And growth is not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. But it is worth it. It is so worth it. And I think it's once you step back and you see, like, sometimes you're like, I don't know if I'm growing. But when you take a step back and you have others cheering you on, then you see that growth, like those little seeds, like you see it over time. And I love what you're doing. And I love all the sunlight and the nourishment that you're providing to everyone through your movement.
Thank you. And you as well, Valerie. You are doing all of those things as well. And together, the more of us, truly you are. And you inspire me every time I see anything that you're sharing, because I get to see your growth. Every time you share your brave, I get to walk with you, and you may not see it, and another person may not see it, but the more that we can share that with one another, then we're celebrating each other's small wins, each other's brave steps. And, for a long time, we didn't see that. People were not sharing that. And the more that we can do that, we can definitely continue to champion one another. And, we had that conversation before we came on, right? We were talking about book writing and how challenging it can be. But again, the more we talk about it and have those conversations and brave that next step with the pen, if you will, in our thoughts, you're going to inspire other people. And sometimes that's why we continue taking those steps, because you never know who you might inspire, whose life you may save, whose life you may create a greater impact in when you share your brave wins.
Thank you so much. And I so agree with that. And truly is brave, inspiring, brave. I love that, Heather. And
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, Heather, can you please tell us more about how can we learn more about Brave Inspires Brave, and like how can we become a member, join the community? I have it as a banner down on the video if anyone's can see us with it, but also if you can tell us, I'll put it in the show notes as well, like the website and anywhere else we can access all of this incredible information.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much for sharing this opportunity with us to be able to talk about Brave Inspires Brave. The movement, the community, and the membership is something that, I'm really proud of. Our team's really proud of. We just announced our chief operating officer as well, our coup, Joe Polanin. So grateful to have him on the team. Truly an honor to call him a friend and to be able to work with him. Truly, our best foot forward in being able to serve and give back to those who are facing challenges, adversities. And we really are championing post-traumatic growth and new leadership opportunities for those in our community and those who join the membership. And so right now the membership has just launched, And our first meeting is April 22nd, virtual meeting. It will be, and so that will be exclusive to membership members only, and they'll get exclusive content from subject matter experts in the areas of leadership, wellness, and entrepreneurship. And so really those are the three pillars that I have found that have most assisted my post-traumatic growth, and really diving deep into all the ways that we can best serve our members. And we are open to any feedback or, anything that people are wanting or seeking more information about, or how to best serve them. They'll also receive, I worked on and created some modules as well, talking about fear and how to overcome that. I also have a brave meditation that I've shared. And also, thank you so much. I see Matthew on there. Thank you.
Mhm.
And so I also have some ebooks. There are leadership ebooks with regards to, personal development and being able to stick to a 365 brave and what that looks like for each individual. You'll have a one-on-one onboarding with me to be able to see, where you're at. And that's what we like to do, meet people where they are, and let's see what your next brave steps will be. And then also the leadership book on being able to connect with your purpose and your passion, and rediscovering that and knowing that there is more than one calling in life. And so there's a lot going on, a lot of various things and exclusive content that people will get. And, it's a space that's safe. And that's really important to me, that people know that it's a safe space, a place where you can trust and move forward at your own pace. And just know that when you surround yourself with people that are wanting to champion your brave, that believe in you, that's really where that evolution within ourselves starts happening. You start believing in your brave again. I have worked with and spoken with all of those right now that are currently involved with the Brave Inspires Brave membership, subject matter experts, and I stand behind 100% all of them. And they're just really amazing people. And I just want to thank them so much for sharing their time and energy and wisdom with our community. It means so much. And I'm just so grateful, because it is possible, when we all work together and understand what those bridges are for people. And we really want to see people succeed and find their new passion again in life.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. And can we access all of that information and all the community and the information and that website below, braveinspiresbrave.com?
Yes, if they just want to go to the membership under the website, there will be a tab membership. And then under it, you'll see where you can purchase the membership. It's $27 Canadian per month. And then from there, we have special rates for law enforcement, military members, veterans, and their families. It's free for the first 3 months. And then after that, there's discounted rates as well. And we have special rewards for those who are bringing other people on board. But I just really want people to know that, come and join us. And there's no obligations to stay within the membership. I really just want to give back, and I want to see everyone brave their best life.
Love that. It's so amazing. It's so amazing, Heather. And I really, truly am so grateful and honored for you to be doing what you're doing to talk with us today, and also to share just all of this brave inspires brave. And I truly feel like after talking with you, like it has this new meaning almost. Like it's brave inspires brave, but also you truly are, and everyone, as you're saying, in your own brave way, are inspiring other people. And you're an inspiration to me, Heather, and to so many. And it sounds like an incredible opportunity. And I think that I just love everything that you're talking about. And Heather, as we wrap up here, I would love for you to share with our listeners anything that you'd like for them to go about their day today, to think about, or any kind of pearls you'd like to leave with us. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who joined us today in our live, Matthew, Jackie, and Andrew, and everyone else who's making comments, as well as anyone who listens to the replay as well. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Like I said earlier, it's really an honor to be here with you, Valerie. I admire your work so, so much, and you inspire my brave. And so I'm just grateful that we have connected at this place in time, and we'll continue to collaborate and stay connected. And just to touch on your mental back roads and highways. And it goes back to being brave. Have those quiet moments, you know, seek out things that are in your present day and find the good in what is around you every single day. Those mental back roads, those conversations that you have with yourself are so important. Our self-care is so important. I was just talking to someone earlier today, and they were talking about their challenges that they were going to be facing. And we talked about self-care, and we talked about how important it is to fill our cup, and that when those hard days come, those mental back roads are needed. And it's so important to have those conversations. Sit still, surround yourself in what makes you happy, fill your cup. And, there is hope on the other side. And just continue to surround yourself with good people. And I wish you nothing but post-traumatic growth, and to always believe in your brave. We're all going through shifts right now in life, and you're not alone. That's a really important message. I think that we always need to hear more often, is you're not alone, and reach out to people. It's really important.
Absolutely. So well said, Heather. I so agree with that. And you're not alone. Thank you so much again for talking with us
Thank you.
today and inspiring all of us. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope that everyone who's listening does as well.
Yes, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Valerie. And thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you.